I hope you're getting me today. So prayer is a two-way communication between you and God. I'm suggesting that sometimes you just go into your prayer closet and you say, God, I'm listening. What is it that you want to reveal to me today? The second thing is that prayer is a personal expression of need. The Bible says that God knows what you have need of even before you ask. But it's a personal expression. Why does God need this personal expression? Because God knows He's able to provide. But when you come before God humbly with your heart, you are saying to God, I know that I need you. Sometimes we'll try to we find believers that are trying to pattern themselves after others that they have heard. I've heard people say, oh, I pray for this and I pray, that God goes into the nursing homes and He does this and He does that and da 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 da, because they've heard other people say those same prayers. But prayers are a personal expression of need. It comes from the heart of the believer. It's not to be a cookie cutter type of prayer where one size fits all, where you're making cookies and they all look alike. It is a personal expression of need. It's to be individualized according to your needs and concerns at that time. Not just what you need, but what are you concerned about? Are you concerned about your nation? Are you concerned about your community? Are you concerned about family members? Are you concerned about the church? What are you praying for? How do you pray? How you pray? Whether kneeling, whether bowing down, lying prostrate on the floor, spreading out the hands, sitting as I'm doing, lying down, or standing upright is up to the believer. Very many times in the Old Testament, we'll find that when people prayed, they bowed to the ground. They didn't just get on their knees. They put their heads on the ground as a humble submission to the Lord. But what we find in the Old Testament is that even when they did that, sometimes their hearts were not pure. When the priest went into the Holy of Holies in the Old Testament to atone for the sins of the people, he atoned for the outward sins, those that you could see people doing, but there was no atonement for the heart. So today, there is atonement for the heart. When we receive Jesus Christ, there's the circumcision, not the natural that they did in the Old Testament, that the Jews did in the Old Testament. But today there's a circumcision of our heart. And so God is looking at the heart. There are some times when you can only pray when you're standing up. And there are times that people of God are paralyzed or they're lying in a bed. So you don't have to necessarily get on your knees. I would suggest that you go through life understanding getting on your knees is submission to the Lord, and that we do that. But what I'm saying is, in times where you need God, if you're not able to do that, I want to remind you that Paul and Silas were shackled and they were sitting in a jail and they began to pray to the Lord. There was Jonah, who was in the belly of a big fish, and he cried out to the Lord from there. This is what I'm trying to say to you. When we look at the Bible, we can look at different times that people were praying to the Lord and God still responded to their prayers. In Matthew chapter 6, verse 6, Jesus told his followers, when you pray, go into your room. And when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret, when you're in the secret place. And because of that, He will reward you openly. This was in contrast. It was the opposite of the Pharisees. Now, they were religious people, but they did not have Jesus. They did not receive Jesus in their hearts. And so they prayed loudly and they prayed long. But He says, don't be like them. So prayer is a personal expression of need.